How you doing, guys? Welcome back. It's LSP. We are going to be discussing Bitcoin today only. As you know, I'm obviously accumulating Bitcoin. So I want to go through some key levels. I want to explain why I'm accumulating now. And then anything that's pertinent, obviously, along the way, I'll point it all out. It's going to be focused predominantly and, solely on Bitcoin. So let me just go up to the monthly chart. Now, obviously, we know where we are. Right? We had a really nice run, all-time high, stabilizing, right? And it's very easy to look at this and say, well, we could come down as low as, say, 49 all the way up to around about 56. So somewhere within this imbalance, it is possible that price will run into this. Me personally, as I've explained in the Discord, and if you're not already in the Discord, the link is in the description below. Everybody's welcome. But as I explained in the Discord, I'm quite happy to go down as low as 40,000. On an absolute tear if that happens. But I've committed now. I've committed to accumulating with an ultimate target of 100k up here, which is the only thing I care about. I've always maintained that 100k is going to get hit on Bitcoin. I'm very confident that that will be the case. And I've seen more than enough now in terms of I've waited so long to get into Bitcoin, missed it down here for all the reasons that I've explained in the past. And I was happy to just let it run. I was expecting and hoping for a deeper pullback, but we're not getting that. So I'm slowly working my way in. I want to be really, really clear. I'm not throwing the house at this. I'm being very, very cautious, and I'm slowly scaling into a position which I'm hoping is going to be a much larger position. I'll probably stop scaling around about 80k. And if for those of you that have been around for a long time, and watched some of my earlier videos years ago, I did say, and I've always maintained again, 100k target, and I will always stop at 80k. Right? Might be a slight variation on that, but 80k is the cutoff for me because I want to make sure that that last portion, is enough, for me to make what I need to make, and then I'll get out or assess at 100k. Nice pullback. Now, if I just stretch this out a little bit, I want to show you, this is the consolidation that we're in effectively, right? So I'm kind of bouncing back and forth between these, sort of two key levels, 60,000 to around about 72, 73,000, right? And we're going up and down and up and down. Now you'll notice it was very messy here. Accumulation, right? We had a nice run. Didn't quite make all-time high again, right? Pullback, but now it's cleaner. We're getting a much cleaner pullback, right? This is important because there's a lot of work that was done here and not so much work that's being done here, right? So if the accumulation phase has finished, then we'll probably see either a sharp drop and snap back, which would be great. I'd love to see that. I've got orders down here. Or it will just slowly start to grind its way back up, to the top of the channel. And obviously, my effective cost is here, really. That's where I'm at. Right, I'm in this area, and I'm actually in profit on some of the positions that I opened yesterday. If I just drop down to the daily chart, I'll show you. So this level here, this is the level that was being shown on the weekly. Really nice run. If you remember within the Discord, I was saying price is starting to slowly become capitulated. We've got that last final drop. I did manage to pick some up at 58. I think it was 58.585 if memory serves. On a limit order. The other orders didn't get filled, and obviously it's just started to regress a little bit. Small little bounce, nothing crazy, just a small little bounce, enough to put those positions in profit. Haven't taken them off just yet. And as I explained again in the Discord, I want to basically scale in and scale out. So I've got two things that I'm doing here. I'm building a larger position over time for that 100k target. That's the target, right? So I'm building that position over time. That's the large one. In between that, I'm looking to take advantage of these, these small pockets of, a couple of $1,000 move here and there. So if I can do that, I can basically scale in and scale out of these smaller positions while still building the much larger position. It is a bit tricky sometimes because you've got to know what you're looking for, but that's effectively what I'm doing. 4-hour chart. Not much to note on the 4-hour chart other than the acceleration. And obviously come on, we've been here so many times with these charts, so many times with these liquidity pools. It's gone straight into it, and it's responded really nicely away from that, right? Really, really nice away. We had that slight defense at 60,000, didn't really hold up and went straight through that. Lower around about sort of 58.5, 58.4, and obviously we had a really nice run. To be fair, I had limit orders down at 57.5 and 57. They obviously didn't get filled, but it's a bit of a muted bounce. Yeah, this is not an amazing bounce. It's a bit of a muted bounce. So again, if I just go back up to the daily, you can see this mini capitulation going into a liquidity pool and pick up a buy side liquidity. This is what's creating this stall, right? Now the bounce tells us a lot. We want to see whether or not, that bounce is a climactic capitulatory bounce. It isn't, meaning all of that liquidity is dried up. You'll generally get that at the end of a move. This isn't an ending move, right? This is price moving into a known liquidity pool. It's picking up, liquidity, and it's had a really nice bounce away from that, right? Capitulatory moves that are towards the end of an extended move, they just it runs out of liquidity. There's nothing else left for it to do other than just go the opposite direction, right? That's not what we're seeing here. So the muted bounce is expected, right? It's just the fact that it did capitulate and it did kind of exhaust towards that LP. It's reacted nicely away from that, and this is why the bounce, although decent, is quite muted, right? Now going forward, obviously what I'd like to see is I'd like to see continuation, at least to eat into this imbalance. We really need to get above, and this is the hourly, remember, right? But we really need to get above this level here, right? Which is basically between 62 to around about 63. This is what I want to see price get through, because it will neutralize this last drop down, and then we should start to see some continuation to the upside if it gets above this and holds, right? But again, as you guys, you must know by now that I'm super, super patient. So there's no rush for me. I'm going to focus on the daily, predominantly the daily and the 4 hour. I'd like to see, like I said, this level here, right? 63. This candle needs to be reversed effectively, to kind of nullify this move and solidify and confirm that this is a pickup of buy side liquidity, right? Which is basically just be more accumulation. If this happens, it's perfect, because it's the last pickup of buy side, or should be the last pickup of buy side liquidity based on my experience. That will push us all the way back up to the upper end of this broad range consolidation. So I'll leave it at that. I hope everyone's having an awesome day wherever you are in the world, and I look forward to speaking to you in the next video. All the best. Ciao for now.